cobwebs are not spiderwebs. There were cobwebs are not spiderwebs. Hey, what's up everybody, it's a Song of Dice and Fire Race here, and welcome to another DnDGreentext video. How are you guys doing? I hope you're having a great Sunday. Before I jump into this video, I really don't want to add anything, I just want to say I hope you enjoy it. Anon is protective of their familiar. How do you keep your dumb owl familiar alive? Well, as a GM, I occasionally roll a 1d6. If it comes up a 1, I send in an eagle or some other to be familiars. It's not that I'm a and it's not that I've got anything personal against familiars. It's just that sometimes I get tired of, lol, I use my familiar to survey the area, do a help action, oh, my familiar needs to roll initiative too. So, you know, there's a giant eagle and your owl looks tasty. Whenever you do that, I spit in your drink when you aren't in the room. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of communication issues today. I hope this trend does not continue. When everyone is special, no one is. Want to run a short low magic campaign. Really want to run a different rule set for this, but it took years for my players to actually read the book and be half competent at rules. The idea is for the players to start at level 5 and get to level 10. No full caster characters are allowed, but everyone gets a bonus feat. They all message me privately about their characters. Everyone wants to play as a special full caster with some snowflake reason. Decide to run with it and make it so magic has drawn these people together. Don't tell the players this. The first session occurs. The players are now all salty that they are not the only full caster. Low magic in D&D. And there's also some incomprehensible text on the image. Players are now all salty that they're not the only full caster. You should give them a chance to turn in their sheets and try again. I wonder how many of them would hold them and how many would turn them in. I kinda doubt that those players would give away their opportunity of getting a caster unless everyone else does the same. Bones are just interior decorating. A new player joins our group. We're in a dungeon when the party decides to take a breather. The new guy has his elf walk into an unexplored room without telling anyone beforehand what he was about to do. The DM describes a room with some scattered bones and cobwebs. The player rolls low on perception, continues into the middle of the room, and triggers an attack of opportunity from a hiding drider. He was playing a wizard and he dies in one hit. The player looks at the DM. Player: how was I supposed to know there was a drider in there? There were cobwebs and bones? Cobwebs do not indicate spiders. What? Cue an hour plus of arguing about cobwebs. Cobwebs are abandoned spiderwebs. Okay, it, there were spiderwebs that you just did not see. Cobwebs are not spiderwebs. There were cobwebs are not spiderwebs. Oh, what the f. And he never played another TTRPG again. 4 years on, and we still joke about cobwebs. I don't know why it's so funny to read about imaginary arguments about imaginary people. Welcome to hell. Watch your head. We arrive on a new plane. A cave leads into the depths of earth with the words "Abandon hope, all ye who enter," written above it in Infernal. The cave is magically darkened, so none of us can see through it. We all decide to move forward. The half-elf ranger hits his head on some low-hanging stones that he can't see. The water genasi hits his head on some low-hanging stones that he can't see. The human paladin hits his head on some low-hanging stones that he can't see. The halfling monk makes it through without incident. We are obviously in a setting based on Dante's Infernal. And the first circle of hell in the poem is, wait for it, limbo. By the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, consider subscribing for more content like this that comes out regularly, and don't forget that you have to ring the bell if you wanna get notifications for new videos. Dragonborns are pretty broken, huh? Be me, Dragonborn Paladin. Be not me, Human Gunslinger, Dwarf Barbarian, High Elf Rogue, Human Gunslinger, and Human Barbarian, plus the DM. Playing an alternate history campaign, mix of World War I and World War II, Nazis under Kaiser's rule. I play a German ex-officer who's traumatized from committing war crimes, and he can't carry a gun because he has PTSD. He uses medieval weapons instead. The party is helping the Swedish hold back a German invasion. Take out the initial beach assault. Also, take out the Bismarck which was escorting them. Landing soldiers all dead. We did it, that JPEG. Another landing craft lands. One unit inside. It's a Tiger tank. Oh that PNG. Try to blow it up before it lands on the beach and fail. The Tiger lands and it starts reaping the defenses a new one. Idea that JPEG. Borrow a few AT grenades from the elf rogue. Order our tanks to distract the Tiger while I sneak up on it. Succeed the stealth roll and climb on top. Try to open a hatch. All locked. Ask if I can try and rip one of them open. DM lets me. Natural 20. Oh yeah, that PNG. Hatch opens a crack, which is not enough to throw the grenade in. More idea, that JPEG. The character is armed with a maul and shield. I use the shield as a level and hit it with the maul. Natural 20 again. It busts open the hatch and I throw the grenades in. Crew somehow survives. Next turn, I use a breath weapon inside the tank, killing the crew. As they burn, I stand up and say, how does it feel to be the ones in the oven? TLDR, ex-Nazi rips open a tank and fries the Nazi tank crew. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm gonna call this one creative and move on. Honor among ghouls. Be me, Dwarven Ranger, in Pathfinder 2nd edition. Exploring the Gauntlet with the party. A lighthouse in the middle of a swamp that's filled with all sorts of grim most of which is predisposed to trying to eat us. 3 floors down and we run into a ghoul cult, exterminating all of them, because we can't stop the Shining Oath champion from doing so. And we don't really want to, even if we could. Things aren't going well. Of the 5 party members, 1 is unconscious but stable, 1 is bleeding out in front of me, 1 is straight up dead at my feet, and the last walked into a room and didn't come back. He died almost instantly, but we don't actually know that. Just my ranger that's still standing, kiting the last ghoul around the room to take pot shots, which never ever hit. I'm firing off arrows like a machine gun. All spray, all pray, but no hits. Have loosed maybe 10 arrows in this fight, hitting only once for 2 damage. The ghoul is a little worse for wear too, but that's because other, more competent people tenderize it before passing out. On its turn, it says it wants to make a deal. The air is fake with death. The ranger looks around at the room full of corpses. Well noticed. Leave me these bodies, and I will permit you to leave with your life. Tempting offer, as my ranger is doing less than nothing with their bow, and half the party is already dead anyway. So I just need to give up the one bleeding out and the one that's unconscious, and my bacon is saved to miss catastrophically another day. Thinks it over. Promise? Promise. Ghouls Honor? Ghouls Honor. Huh, deal. The ghoul lets me leave and gets ready to chow down. Shoot it twice cause it gave up its turn negotiating like an idiot. Kill it. I am no ghoul. I don't know what Ghouls Honor is, but I don't abide by those rules. I don't know why the story doesn't have more upvotes on the DnDGreentext subreddit, because it was really enjoyable for me to read. Adventures of Wolf. So I started an evil campaign that was also my first campaign that I've ever ran. In this campaign, I had a PC that was a Warforged wolf by the name of Wolf. Yes, very creative, I know. Who was played by a buddy of mine's son. So I thought I'd be lenient with the rules, and did a lot of things by the rule of cool, causing a lot of funny stories and moments. Be me, the DM. Be Wolf, Warforged Barbarian / Monk. Be Rook, Battle Wizard Gitty Yankee. Be Zaban, Rogue / Ranger Null. Be Jonas, Death Cleric Asimar. First story is when I had the group go investigate an abandoned mansion that used to belong to a powerful druid. There came a point where the group was inside the mansion looking for any interesting rooms that could possibly have any loot or items that would be worth keeping. At some point they head up the stairs and find that the second floor was locked with an arcane lock that they need to attempt to dispel. Rook decided to identify the door with a ritual as the rest of the party headed back outside. Once outside, Wolf decided to investigate the building and found a window that was boarded up. Without thinking of a plan first, he decided to smash his way through using his great axe. He rolled a couple times and ended up somehow getting his axe jammed into the boarded window and was hanging 10 feet above the ground. He then came up with the idea of setting the board on fire. Another few rolls and the building plus the room inside was now on fire. I thought maybe he will give up, but nope, Wolf really wanted to know what was inside. He ripped his way through the window that was on fire, taking 2 points of damage and ending up inside. Once inside, Wolf noticed that the whole room was on fire, and instead of jumping back out the window, he attempted to grab a mattress. Yeah, for some reason, he wanted to shove a king-sized mattress that was on fire through a window in the attempt to save the room? I would have actually guessed that he wanted to jump on the mattress to not take damage. Maybe I'm wrong. Another few rolls later and he realized that his whole plan was hopeless and the whole room was covered in flames. Also, he took another 15 fire damage. While all of this was going on, Rook the Wizard was still trying to unlock the door, but just before he finished, a charred metal wolf runs up to him and lets him know that the building is on fire. They bolt and watch as the mansion is now burnt to a crisp and anything that could have possibly been inside is now either destroyed or buried in the ashes. Later on, I explained to them that if they had waited, they would have gotten inside, easily. But Wolf is a wolf, so he don't think. He just do. Yeah, I would have blamed that on the fact that he's a barbarian, not on the fact that he's a wolf. Creating the FDA after a major scam. Be me, level 8 Mastermind Rogue. Be not me, level 8 Homebrew Alchemist. The alchemist wants to make a scam because we're in a gross magic city that doesn't do anything with potions. I hop on the scam train cause my charisma is maxed. We both put on disguises before setting up in the market. Start to sell love potions, claiming that they will help you find the person that you're meant to be together with. Actually, it's just charm person in a bottle. Using inspiration, roll a 29 to draw a crowd in. End up making 6,400 gold. 50 minutes in and we suddenly shut down because we knew the effects would begin to wear off if somebody used one right away. We duck into a random tavern and we drop the disguises. We peek outside the tavern window. Riot.jpg. Citywide announcement a couple of hours later that all potions must be mandated and checked. Never speak of this to the rest of the party. Okay, that was better than I expected it would be. Alright, on that note, that's gonna be it for this video, so if you've made it this far, please consider leaving a like on it and also subscribing for more future videos like this one. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. Also, thank you to everyone supporting the channel on Patreon, really appreciate it, so thank you for the support given there. Links below if you wanna check those out, as well as any social media, as well as the Discord server and the subreddit. And yeah, that's it, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, bye!